The first step is to install the ring in the bore with the dot up, and square it up to find out the initial size using the feeler gauge. Now put it into the ring filer, making sure the filing direction is toward the inside of the ring. Take a little material off, reinstall it, check it, and continue till you get it right. What's right? If it's a street motor, you just multiply the bore size by 0.0045 for the top ring, which came up to 18 thousandths. You multiply the bore size by 0.0035 for the second ring, 14 thousandths in our case. And the oil ring, it should be a minimum of 15 thousandths. The final step, take an oil-soaked stone and just knock the edges off the ring opening to prevent scarring of the cylinder.
So what if you're building a nitrous or blower motor? Well, we put a ring gap chart up on our website that covers just about every combination. Well, next step is to put some oil in the grooves here, install the rings, and stagger them to prevent blowby. Now, when you hear the term blowby, that means combustion forcing gases into the crankcase, and oil, well, literally blows out the valve covers. Here's the correct way to stagger those rings. Place the oil ring spacer gap between the 90-degree arc labeled A, then position the oil ring rail gaps at the spots marked B. The lower compression ring gap gets rotated to the C position, and the top compression ring gap at the D position.
If you follow those simple steps for gapping and ring staggering, you're going to have a pretty nice little motor.